Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of On the Mark Archery's 3 for 3. My name is Coach Mark, and in episode 2 of our intermediate series, we're going to be focusing on some more key terms, the set position, and also the setup position of your NTS shot cycle. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the episode, and definitely let us know your feedback at the end. All right, archers, we've got some key terms we got to dissect so that you know what we're talking about in the video and in class. Land 2 is pretty straightforward. It is the point between your elbow and your shoulder, and that's going to be thought of as your tricep. That point is going to be focused on to come back and around with each step of the shot process. Land 2 leads the way. The scapula is going to refer to your shoulder blade on the right side for a right-handed archer. We're just trying to move that over towards the spine. So it's important to understand that the two are related. Back tension is created by moving the scapula over towards the spine. You cannot have back tension without understanding the muscle movement. The arrow line is going to refer to an imaginary line extending from the loaded bow, from the point of the arrow and from the back end of the arrow, and you're just trying to keep your elbow inside that line. Okay, we've got a few more key terms here for you, but they're easy to remember. So set is the first software gear of the shot cycle. During set, you can just imagine yourself going through your final checklist before you commit to that shot. Okay, so legs are straight, core is tight, you've got a great open stance that you've kept and maintained, the hook and the grip as well. Setup is the step where we establish the barrel of the gun and we align our shoulders using the coiling motion to get bone-to-bone alignment. Coil. Hopefully this sounds familiar from episode 1. You may have heard the term before. It is the twist or the wind-up motion of the torso that allows you to get the shoulders into alignment and form the barrel of the gun. That's going to get you that great back tension throughout the shot process. Mindset. This one goes without saying, but it is the mental state of the archer before, during, and after the shot cycle. You've got to be really conscious of what you're thinking of, what your goal is, what the desired outcome should be. Just a reminder here, before we go into more of the set review, you do need to make sure that you are in the open stance and you understand the material covered last week and also the grip and hook. So if you haven't already seen last week's episode, pause the video, pull that one up, and then rejoin us. One of the key differences here between the NTS and the traditional style of shooting, take a look at our starting positions. My shoulders are low, relaxed, off to the side. If you look at Coach Ben there, doing the traditional form, his shoulders are square on at the target. I'm preparing for the setup step, which is going to allow me to bring my shoulders into alignment with the target just by turning my torso. And that's going to put a lot less pressure on the body when I'm drawing back the bow. Notice Coach Ben is now in the NTS stance. We put the spotlight on his elbow, and you can see the red arrow line dashed out as well. He's trying to keep his draw side elbow inside or behind the arrow line. In other words, he's trying to keep it close to his body as he comes through the set and the setup motions and every step thereafter. If the elbow comes outside arrow line, if it's sticking out, he's no longer using bone alignment and the barrel of the gun is broken. Line of the stuff, and you see set and it's got like A, B, C, D. What are you supposed to be doing? Legs straight, glutes tight, core tight, chest down, all that good stuff. And you see A, B, C, D for each point. Just for reference, the set and the setup was what we're working on tonight. It cannot be understated how much attention and detail you should give the set position. Remember, it is the foundation of the house, so to speak. Your posture, your open stance, your weight distribution, your balance, it all kind of needs to come together at the set position. So if you look through these photos here, you'll see some with hollow backs. That means that their back is arched and they're kind of curved. Their weight distribution, as I mentioned, maybe it's going too far forwards, maybe it's leaning too far backwards. Are they checking their open stance each and every time and making sure that they're in the exact same position before they take that next shot? Transitioning into setup now, we're going to take a look at the barrel of the gun a little bit more in depth, how much back tension you should feel after this step, and also some common mistakes that beginners will make trying to do the setup motion. Keep in mind that if your lower body is not staying tight while you're doing this, the coil will not work and you won't achieve bone-to-bone alignment. You can see when I'm reaching out, my front shoulder is a little bit too high and I think I could do a better job of pushing out more with my bow arm to pull the shoulder down. And again, I'll throw in one more analogy. Maybe this will help, a picture analogy here. If you have a wet towel and you're trying to get the water out of the towel, what's the best way to do it? You wring it so the water drips out. That's what you're doing with this setup motion. You really are thinking about yourself as winding up like a pitcher or lacrosse player, whatever other sport you may have played or not played, trying to get the power. It really is underestimated how effective it can be. If you get it right from the beginning, you'll be set for the rest of your shot. A lot of people do coils in funny ways. They do like this, too short, or this, bow up and then down. You want to do just what Ben's doing here, trying to keep it level as you come up and around. So notice his arrow is never like sky high. He's almost on an axis between these 2 points here as he's coming up and around. Go a little bit slower on the coil for us here. Up, watch the tip of the arrow. It's never pointing up because he's connected both pots there. Okay, good. So that's just the first couple points right there we'll work on, and then we'll come back and see how the group is. Thank you all so much for watching. We really appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you at another episode of On the Mark Archery's 3 for 3. Please share the video and comment on it. Let us know your thoughts on how we can make the next one even better.